Hello, this is our presentation from Group 1 on the Wumpus world in predicate logic, and it's going to be a comprehensive walkthrough of our code. I'm Heather.
And I'm Joanna.
And we're going to introduce the Wumpus world. So, as we know, the Wumpus world is just this classical world that we use to example artificial intelligence in logic. And for this presentation, we specifically will use predicate logic.
Okay, so let's begin with the foundation of our Wumpus world, and we use dynamic facts. So these facts represent the entire game state, and they're marked as dynamic, so they can change as the game progresses. And we wrote predicates for the world state, like where the Wumpus, pits, and gold are, the agent's percepts, like the stench, breeze, and glitter, as well as the agent's own state, where it is, which way it's facing, whether it has an arrow or gold, and if the Wumpus is alive or the game is over. And finally, we have the cells that show where the agent has visited. Together with these predicates, they create the knowledge base that the agent uses to explore and make decisions.
Now, when we look at the world structure, our Wumpus world is a 4x4 grid, and we can define spatial relationships using the adjacent predicate. This tells us that the cells are next to each other in all four directions, north, south, east, and west, while keeping everything within bounds. We also define the valid cells, those that are inside the grid but exclude the starting position, since that's where the agent begins, and we don't want to randomly place hazards in that space. This spatial structure is crucial because the precepts like stench and breeze depend on adjacent hazards.
When a game starts, we run init_game, and this basically resets the world and places the agent in the bottom left cell, and it points it east with an arrow ready. Then, using random placement, we scatter the Wumpus, pits, and gold across the valid cells, ensuring that none are in the starting position. Finally, it calls update percepts, so then the agent is immediately aware of any dangers or opportunities near the start. This setup makes sure that every game is different with unique challenges.
So now we'll look at agent mechanics and interaction. So with the agent's movement, we are going to look at basically using move forward for the agent to be able to calculate the next cell based on its current direction. It also checks if it's within the grid and updates its position. It also marks the new cell as visited and checks if the game has been won or the agent has died or the Wumpus has died. To change directions, we have turn left, turn right, which updates the agent's facing direction accordingly. And together, these predicates handle the agent's navigation and orientation in the world.
So percepts are vital clues that the agent uses to reason about dangers. Update percepts clears old percepts and then updates the stench around the Wumpus if it's alive, the breeze around the pits, and the glitter at the gold's location. After updating, it reports these percepts to the agent. And this system provides a real-time feedback which helps the agent make informed decisions as it explores.
Now, we're going to look at the game state checking. After every move, we want to check for victory or defeat. If the agent is at the start and has gold, the game ends in victory. If it steps into a cell with a live Wumpus or a pit, it's game over. These checks ensure that every action has consequences, and they determine when the game successfully ends or tragically fails.
So for the knowledge base and logical inference, so beyond direct perception, the agent uses logical inference to reason about unvisited cells. So for example, if a visited cell has no breeze, adjacent cells must be safe from pits. If there is no stench, then adjacent cells likely have no Wumpus. Using these rules, the agent can infer which cells are safe without having visiting them. This makes the agent intelligent, and it allows it to avoid hazards based on deduction rather than trial and error.
Next, we're going to look at gameplay and visualization, and we're going to start with shooting and gold collection. The agent has two key actions. They can shoot, So if the agent has an arrow and suspects the Wumpus is ahead, it can shoot. If the Wumpus is in that line of sight, it dies. It can also grab gold. So if the agent is on the gold cell, say, it can pick it up, changing its objective to return home. These actions are how the agent interacts with the world, eliminating threats and achieving goals.
We provide a text-based visualization to show the world state and the agent's knowledge. So it will display the real-world grid showing the agent, Wumpus, pits, and the gold, a knowledge map showing visited cells and inferred safety. And with this dual view, this helps the players and developers understand what's happening both externally and in the agent's mind. A legend clarifies all symbols using for easy reading.
Now we're going to look at the automatic agent play. Finally, when we implement an automatic agent, that makes decisions on its own. It follows a priority system. Grab gold if it's at the current location. If it has gold, return home. If it smells stench or has an arrow, shoot. Move to a safe, unvisited cell. And if all else fails, make a random safe move. This shows how logic and priority guides the agent through dynamic environments, solving the Wumpus world with minimal human input.
And so to wrap up, our implementation combines predicate logic, dynamic reasoning, and automated decision-making to create a smart agent capable of navigating through the Wumpus world. It's a great demonstration of logic programming in action and how AI can use knowledge and inference to survive in a hazardous world.
So now we will show our project working. So we'll slow it down up here a little bit as it goes through, maybe. Let's see if it finishes. There. So we've successfully retrieved the gold and returned home. So you can see even in the last couple that we have, starting here, basically we have starting here the agent status. And you can see here's the legend for everything. And when we look at the grid, and so it has arrow, no, because it's already released the arrow. It has gold. The Wumpus is dead. And its mission is it has gold, return home. And so there's no precepts to summarize because it's on its way back. And it's facing south. And you can see here that this is a location of the agent. It has 3 pits. So this is a current world state. But then we have the knowledge map, what we've gained throughout. And so you can see the V stand for visited, the A for agent. The B is going to stand for breeze. And you can see that the Wumpus was over here in the corner. And if we go up, we can also see at the beginning that this was where the gold initially started. And you can see the knowledge map here at the beginning had a bunch of question marks because we hadn't visited those areas yet. And so we wouldn't have been able to update those on the autoplay. Now, if we go through,
Self-play.
we can self-play.
Let's move forward. No Wumpus, no Wumpus. Okay, so I could move forward. Wumpus is right here.
And there could be, if there's a breeze, there could be a pit on either one of those.
Let's move forward though. Nice. Okay. Okay. Here.
So we can move up to see if we do smell a stench. There's no pits around us, but there could be a Wumpus.
Am I still facing east? Yeah. Okay.
Yes.
So I'm still facing east. So if I turn left, I'd be facing north. Okay.
Yes.
I'm going to turn left. And I'm going to shoot.
Let's see, turn action, turn left, go up a little bit more.
Up.
Okay. So agent is at 3-1, facing north.
I killed the Wumpus.
Yay!
So now we must search for the gold. I'm going to move forward. Now I'm up here.
Move forward again.
Yes. Move forward again.
If you go up, it might tell you to position facing north.
Mm-hmm.
Actually,
facing north.
okay.
Yep.
And
I'm going to grab. Yay, so I have the gold. And now I can go back.
mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'll go back. So I have to turn right 2 times. Because there are pits. Facing east. Turn right 1 more time. Facing south. And then move forward. Yep, move forward. Oops. Move forward. And then facing south, so turn right. And move forward twice. And I'll be back home. Yay!
Yay! And that is our demonstration for Project 2. Thank you.